So take us back also. I'm taking you back to those first days again. I would like to know. Uh, I would like to know, like, how was your accommodation type? Was it like an apartment? Because those are first days. Now you're going to work for a new employer. Did you land and immediately start working? Were you given like 7 days to familiarize yourself? Like, how was even the orientation process now between you? Now that the only people you know here, they are your employers, right?
Yeah.
So how was it? Now, how did they take you through the process of you now trying to immerse yourself into this new culture before you now start working, or did you now start working immediately while you're just exploring the area?
The one thing is, um, when you're going to a new place, uh, you don't know anyone.
Yes.
I was lucky enough to go with a few Kenyans, a
Okay.
handful. There were about 5 or 6. Actually, there are 6.
Nurses.
Yeah, they're nurses. But
Okay.
then we were separated because we went during the COVID times.
Okay.
Um, so everybody was given kind of a small room for seclusion because you traveled from overseas.
Okay.
And then after that, there was the bit of, going for injections. Basically, when you work in a hospital setup, the vaccines you're supposed to be given, which is hepatitis B. Um, they need to take your blood specimen just to know your blood type, your blood, your any infectious diseases you might be having. Then they do test for TB. Some of these countries have eradicated TB purely. So they just need to know if you're infectious as well. They do more blood tests to know if you have any other bloodborne diseases. Once you get cleared, you're giving a certificate. You're fit to practice.
A certificate showing that you're fit now to practice in the
Yeah,
UK.
if I think most of these courses are given in a university. I think you did something to do with occupational health.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereby before an employer checks your health status before starting to work, and wherever you want to live, the employer does another health test to know at the point of leaving, did you acquire anything from the hospital? Were you fit
Okay.
to practice when you left? Yeah, so I do feel, yeah, so basically that was the first bit.
Okay. That's what they did to
That's what they
you.
did. And then after that, remember there was a practical exam.
Okay.
So you first of all begin to work, get shown around, know the policies,
Okay.
and then know your work environment. Before now, they tell you now you can come for trainings. For the first few days, you're paid to train.
So you went there. Like, how long did it take you before now starting working on that training now?
Yeah, so you go to hospital, you get familiarized with the policies now
And colleagues
because
maybe.
yeah, mostly policies really.
Policies. Okay.
Um, they show you around, tell you when you meet people, you come from a different cultural, background. Here, these are the policies we follow. When you work abroad, basically, you're presenting the image of the organization to the people out there. So the policies have to be well incorporated into you before you can, show the image of the company or whichever organization to the public. So once that is done, there are trainings. These trainings are not that you don't know anything. They're just to familiarize everyone, whether you've worked there for 30 years, whether you worked there for one day, everybody does these trainings. And these trainings go an extra way because these countries evolve. They do have machine work that they pick up every other day. They do have systems they pick up every other day. So people need to be trained on this. So the trainings are there. So for the first few days, you're trained to learn the policies, to learn the framework of your work. You trained also to, um, you also pay to train for your examination, which is the practical bit of it. Yeah.
You said you landed during the COVID time, right? So assuming that you landed on a Monday or something, how many days did it take you before you go to the office to work now through those trainings? Were you left with like 2 days in your house to rest or something? Like, how was it? Would like to know that exact period. How many days did you spend yourself with yourself before now stepping into now that workspace now you're being introduced to?
I was lucky enough because I had 14 days to myself, which is good. That was during the COVID times. But nowadays, because the COVID era is gone, you're given a few days,
Like roughly how many days
probably a week,
to
and then
adjust?
No, during this time, they're trying to book you in for the occupational test. They're trying to book you in or slot you in for the trainings. So this is the time whereby you're resting. They're trying to book you in for these kind of, they're trying to introduce you to different departments and just show you around to your department as well. So these 7 days, within these 7 days, they should have told you the date for your test. They should be telling you the dates for your vaccines. They should be telling you the trainings you should be having, and they should be sourcing for the exam date. Yeah, so those are the four things basically they do. And then once you've acquired all this now, you become something we call a supernumerary, which is basically a newbie. So you as a supernumerary, you work in under supervision. So the supervision bit of it is whereby there's somebody else responsible for you for a few days, whereby they're watching you do something. When they're satisfied after a month, you're still a staff member, but still a newbie. Still, they're watching you closely, but not tentatively as before.
Okay.
Yeah.